Welcome back to the Texan Tribe podcast, guys. We are on episode number 12. If y'all enjoy our content, please like and subscribe and interact as much as you can with this video. It really does show appreciation to the channel and is the best way to support. This episode, we have a special guest that you will see that we had a conversation with earlier. Sam's got a little bit about what we talked about with our guest today, and then we'll get it going.
Yeah, so with our guest, we talked a little shop about the Mariners, and we also talked about the Mariners opening. We had some Mariners opening day score predictions. We talked about some Mariners awards, and then we had a little segment at the end where we tried to stump our guest, and y'all will see how that goes. So let's get it going.
Welcome back to the Texas Tribe podcast. We have our long and awaited guest. He goes by Jeff or Pops for me. Dad, give us a little bit about yourself, some facts, and how you came to baseball and why you love it.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me. A little bit about me. Grew up in Puyallup, Washington, so grew up around the Mariners, the Seahawks my whole life, and really didn't get into baseball too much until I was graduating high school. It was right after I graduated high school. It was the summer of '95, and I saw the whole comeback. I saw the 13 games down. I saw the whole thing, watched every game, and I was hooked. And ever since then, I've been a baseball fanatic. And yeah, I love the Mariners. I love the Mariners more than I love baseball, but I do love baseball. But I love the Mariners more than I love baseball. So I'm a bit of a homer when it comes to my fandom, but that's okay.
It's okay to be bipolar here and there.
Yeah.
I do want to ask you, since you were alive and I wasn't, that 2001 season, how did that feel? Did it feel surreal, unreal? How would you describe that year?
Unfortunately, that's the year we moved down to Louisiana.
Oh.
So yeah, we were living in Colorado. We had moved away, lived in Colorado in 2000, moved back down to Louisiana in 2001, and they did not have the MLB app. They didn't have all that then. And so I didn't get to catch most of the season. I watched it on the internet a little bit, just keeping up with, sports on the internet was still fledgling at that time, really. So yeah, I didn't get to experience it. I lived away. I mean, once the playoffs came around, it was very exciting, but for the majority of the season, I did not get to see it.
Oh, okay.
It's unfortunate.
Well, now y'all all have met our long-awaited Jeff and all the bald jokes. Sorry about that, but we're gonna jump right into it with opening day. I mean, you can talk a little bit about your excitement, what you're hoping for this season. What do you see this team doing this year?
I see the team doing something they've never done before, and that's play with confidence. We've always had a lot of hopium, right? We've always had the wish list, and maybe this is the year, but we've never seen the team really come out, in recent times, with confidence. Even the 2001 season, it was such an anomaly. They did it with a lot of no-name guys, and let's be honest, that was a Royd Ball era. So a lot of those guys popped one season, and it was just. So yeah, they're walking with a lot of swagger, and it's not something that I've seen before. There's expectations of the seasons instead of hope, which is very different. So I do have high expectations of a quality season, and I'm ready for the roller coaster ride. It's going to have its ups and it's going to have its downs, and I'm gonna have to do the Mike Salk rule and turn a lot of games off in the ninth inning and walk away. No, it's the Larry Salk rule. Sorry, the Larry Salk rule, which I don't mind doing, but yeah, I think they're gonna have fun. I think it's gonna be a fun season, and I think the one thing that might hurt a little bit is when you have expectations, they get hurt a little bit easier, right? When you're playing with house money, it don't really matter, but now we get to get our feelings hurt a little bit more, and I'll probably have a little bit more anger this season than normal because I'm expecting them to do well.
It's like you said, with like the expectations and not being meet, it reminds me of Spider-Man: No Way Home when she says, "If you expect disappointment, you'll never be disappointed." And I have that in the back of my mind a little bit, but you never
That's
know.
yeah. I don't think we'll be disappointed though. I don't.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm going in. I'm
I
diving
sure
in.
hope not.
My expectations are high.
Yeah, Sam,
Yeah.
got any questions?
Not really. You asked the one couple questions that I was going to ask, but I completely agree with everything that he said. This is only my second season watching, so they have a whole lot of years on me. So I'm excited. I mean, I have the same expectations that everybody else does, and yeah, I'm excited as well.
Oh, it's
It's
gonna be
it's
fun.
going to be bittersweet with being Riz's last season. It's going to be a bittersweet ride. I mean,
Yeah.
it really was. It really was. So my story with baseball, the first thing I ever remember about baseball, I was 7 years old. I was at my grandmother's house, and she let me turn on the clock radio to listen to it when I went to bed. And we lived in a place where they had the Puyallup Fair, and we lived just a couple blocks from it, so you could hear the din of the fair and the roar of the rides and the screams of the people, and it was so much fun. And I'll never forget it because somehow, some way, I was doing the dial on the radio, and I came across this guy talking about a sport that I knew nothing about, and it was Dave Niehaus, and he was calling. He was calling a game. It was 1984, 1985. So you had Alvin Davis and Harold Reynolds and Jim Presley, and you had all these. And he was describing a game I knew nothing about, and it intrigued my imagination. I always remember liking baseball, but I was never hooked on it until '95. But that's my first memory of baseball,
All on the radio. So I mean,
all on the
you've
radio.
been like all you've listened to is really Rick Rays.
Yeah,
That's all
yeah.
you've listened to.
And look, there's sometimes I'll still listen to radio over watching TV.
I'd agree, especially when Angie's on the screen. I can't do
Be
it.
nice, be nice, be nice,
All right.
be nice.
Moving on.
Moving on.
uh, what would you say with opening day coming up? What I wouldn't say traditions, but what are like your top 5 memories of opening day?
My
Like,
very favorite one is me and Mama took Aunt Ruth to opening day. She'd never even been to a Mariners game. And we took her opening day. She was very elderly at that time. I think she was uh, in her mid to late 80s. And she was a diehard fan, but she'd never been. And so we took Aunt Ruth to opening day, and it was one of my favorite memories. We went to a few opening days. I love the bunting. I love the pageantry and the ceremony. I love everything that goes into it. I love all the hype and the radio shows and the podcasts, and it's almost like a miniature Super Bowl to me. Opening day is. I love it. I don't have any specific game day memories. My memory is not what it used to be, but my one favorite is just taking Aunt Ruth to the game.
yeah. Did y'all go get Krispy Kreme after?
I'm sure we did. I'm sure we
Sam, if
did.
you don't know, in Seattle, there's like a Krispy Kreme. Like, how many blocks? Is it like,
6 to 8 blocks, something like that.
it's so close, and they're always hot and fresh when, like, right when the game
That's
ends.
crazy.
So they draw all the players in, or like all the fans in. It was awesome.
Oh yeah. Well,
We'll
it's
have
one
to
of
go.
those too where they have the conveyor belt, so you can see them being made. So when you come to the lobby and it's all
Oh,
glass, and you can see the donuts all the way around getting made.
It's awesome.
those are so
It's a
cool.
it's a tradition. I'm gonna have to do it the first time when I'm over there, and I'll have to send a picture in the family group chat.
You'll have to
Yeah,
take
pretty
me when
sick.
I come up there.
Yeah, it's true. We'll have to go. Yeah, we know me and you can smash some donuts.
y'all could
Oh
probably
yeah,
each eat a box yourself.
Probably.
box. That's rookie numbers. Give me 2.
Oh wow.
No, I'm
Okay.
joking.
Gee, all right. All right.
uh, uh,
Keep
did y'all
keep
get?
living. Keep living, young buck. Keep living.
I'm gonna try.
You'd be putting on that pudge if you keep doing that. Did y'all get to see? Did y'all get to see the opening day lineup?
Yes.
I did. Yeah,
What's your thoughts?
Perfect.
I like it. I like it mainly
Even
because
with
it has the 2 guys I said were going to be on there. But
yeah, I
we're not
mean,
going to talk about that yet.
I
We'll
could
get
agree
that
to
later.
disagree. I could agree to disagree. I think I don't like Cal in the 2 spot. I like him behind Julio. That's the only thing I have an issue with.
I can see that. I can see it. I mean,
I think it protects him. I think that Cal found his stride in the 2-hole.
You're talking
I
about like
think
the
it protects him.
backhand, on the backside he has protection with Julio and Naylor and Randy.
That's right. They got to pitch. They don't want to put him. They don't want to put him on. They got to pitch to him.
yeah, it makes
Good way
sense.
to look at it.
Say,
It
I'm
does.
excited to see how Brendan Donovan does at the leadoff. So I want to see how he performs.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about him and his work ethic and how professional he is. And like somebody said that he, I think it was Seitzer. He's like, Brendan Donovan's in the cage longer than I am, and that's saying something because Seitzer's always in the cage. It's like Brendan Donovan doesn't leave.
He said that he takes naps there.
That's,
He takes naps next to the pitching machine in the cage. I'll tell you what. I tell you where I like Cal in the 2-hole even more. Brendan Donovan is such a professional hitter. He's such a tough hit, tough out. He has a great on base percentage. And if you really watch Julio's maturation as a hitter, he's learning to take more. He's extending at bats. He's grinding more. He's chasing less. He's becoming a more mature hitter. And I think that having 2 very mature hitters flanking Cal, I love it. I think it bodes well for him to be even a more productive hitter. Maybe not in the way of home runs, but overall production. I think you're going to see maybe even his average and his on base go up even a little bit more this year.
Who, Cows?
Hmm I think he's going to hit for higher average. I don't know if he's going to hit the same bombs, but I think he'll hit for higher average.
Well, I don't think he's going to hit the same bombs either. 60's insane. But
yeah.
Yeah, that's just the fact that, Sam, you got into Mariners baseball the season that Cal hit 60 bombs.
No.
Like, that
Yeah,
got you hooked
I'm a little
immediately.
Yeah.
lucky me.
Yeah. That was a special season to get into baseball.
Yeah, that's for sure. But
Yeah, it was it took some time. We were working this summer and as I was playing baseball this summer and Sam was learning pitches. So he would see movement and he was trying to figure out like pitches and stuff. So he was really trying to learn the game. And it was really fun to like watch because it'd be like a change up. He'd be like, "Oh, that's a slider." I'm like, "Sam, that's not a slider." Like it's not sliding. But
Wrong way.
Yeah, wrong way.
Yeah.
It was a good season. Last season was a good season. I think it was a good build off, and with opening day coming up, I think they're remembering how they came out on that season and was the 3rd best team in the league. And I think they're gonna. I think that thought of like knowing what Game 7 feels like in the ALCS, and they just didn't make it. I think that is gonna light a fire under their butt as well. On top of that, so I think that's what makes the expectation so much higher is because of last season for this team.
What was it? Was it Julio? Was it Julio Randy Naylor or Julio Naylor Randy? I forget.
Julio
Think-
Naylor Randy.
And then it is Rayleigh, Dom, and then Rivas.
Young than
And then
Rivas.
JP, yeah, and
Young
JP's
than Rivas.
JP's out, so Rivas in at 9.
Yeah, so we have three lefties in a row, and then we have Rivas at the
brutal.
bottom.
That's
Yeah.
brutal.
Well, they have a righty on the mound, so
I know.
I feel bad for Tanner Bybee today because he's gonna be facing a fiery team.
Well, he's got 4 out of 5 lefties because you got Cal going to be hitting switch.
Yeah, and so is
Yeah.
Rivas. No, he has Cal Donovan. The only 2 righties we have is Randy and Julio. Everybody else is lefties. So he's facing 7 out of 9 batters are lefties tonight. That's
brutal.
mean.
That's
That's
brutal.
mean.
That's evil. But I'm here for it.
Well, I'm sure that they don't mind sliding into their bullpen and getting somebody right-handed out there.
You mean left-handed?
Yeah.
I mean, left-handed, yeah, to get our right-handed bats out.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. With that said, do you have any score predictions for tonight?
You want me to lead off?
Yeah, you can
Go
lead
ahead.
off.
You want my whole rundown or just a score?
You can do what you
Let's
want.
do this. Let's do this. Give me a score prediction,
Uh-huh.
and then give me who you think is going to have the first home run.
Okay. I got 4-3 Seattle in 9, and then home run. I'm going Dumper.
Okay, Sam.
I was gonna go 3-1, and if you want to, my first home run, I was gonna pick Naylor.
I almost
That's not a-
did.
Yeah,
That's
Naylor was gonna be my
that's-
player of the game. So
that's not a bad pick. Me and my dad talked about this earlier, but I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to go 8-2 Mariners, and I think Brendan Donovan's going to have a leadoff home run.
Whoa.
First at
really,
bat of the season, I think he's going to go yard.
Wow. Well, my
Bold
player of the game
prediction.
is going to be Julio. Julio's going to go 2-for-3 with a run in a bag.
A run in a bag. So you think he's going to have 2 singles or a double and a single?
I'm not going to call what the hits are. Just that he'll go 2-for-3, score a run. He's going to have a bag,
Okay.
and he's going to do Julio stuff out in the field.
I sure hope
Yeah.
so. I mean, we get a Naylor brother matchup this
Yeah.
on opening day. So that's why I was going to pick Naylor, but Bo knows him so well. It's like it's kind of a disadvantage in his because he's been playing with him all of his life.
By the way, my home run, Dumper's going to go against a reliever, and it's going to be the go-ahead.
Oh,
Not against a starter. It's going to go against a reliever, and he's going to be the go-ahead.
okay,
yeah, that's
okay. That'd be electric. I'd love that.
absolutely.
I hope we see a home run tonight.
And
Yeah.
who you got for what's your stats on Gilbert going to be? What's he going to do?
He's gonna have a shorter leash. It's the beginning of the season. I'm gonna say 5 2/3, 4 Ks, 5 hits, 1 run, no walks.
Wow. I had him at 5 1/3, 7 Ks, 6 hit, 2 walks, 2 runs.
Okay.
I didn't think about this. So
How
I didn't put stat predictions for Gilbert, but I think he's.
many strikeouts do you think he'll get?
Tanner said 4. You said 7.
I said 6. I said 7. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go right between y'all. I'm gonna go with 6. I'll go 6 strikeouts. So in
Okay.
between the 4 and the 7. So
It's also like kind of tough to predict stats in the beginning, like pitching.
yeah,
Because they're on that short leash and they are on a load management right now.
Mhm.
So I'm hoping. With that said, I hope we get to see Ferrer tonight because I didn't really get to watch him in spring training. I didn't get to see him once.
Yeah.
And I want to see what he has. I'm excited to see him because he's a hard throwing lefty and we need more lefties.
Heck yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm excited for him. I hope he's like a Bizardo that they just take him and they figure him out and they make him great.
Well, we only
Yeah.
have 2 lefties on our entire roster, right?
Correct. Spire and Ferrer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're gonna be having a lot of pitching this year.
Yeah.
So hopefully
Well.
their arms can hold up.
yeah. Because we need those 2 guys,
Yes,
especially
bad.
Spire. Spire's. I love to watch Spire. That's very random, and off topic,
he's-
but I love Spire.
He's fiery. He's fiery
Yeah.
and wiry.
I love it.
Who do you have? Who do you have the player of the game being?
Me?
Yeah.
I told you it was Julio, 2-for-3, a run in a bag.
Oh, he said. Oh, I didn't hear you said him being player of the game. Sam.
I was gonna go with Josh Naylor, but you made some good points about his brother being the catcher. So we're gonna go Brendan Donovan. I feel like he's gonna do really, really well at the leadoff spot. So
Okay. I'm gonna have to agree. I'm gonna have to agree. I'm gonna go with Brendan Donovan as well. I think he's gonna come in and set the tone in Seattle and be like, "Hey guys, this is what I have to offer. Please love me. Take me in,
I hope so.
please,
Yeah.
please." Because the Mariners don't have a very good track record, other than I would say Nelly and Robbie, with new players coming in off trades and free agencies. I hope he can follow Nelly and Robin's Cano tracks, because a lot of people don't like Seattle and hitting in Seattle, except for Naylor. Apparently, he loves it. But I'm hoping he's a great pickup. I'm hoping. But I'm going to go with Brendan Donovan as well as player of the game.
Nice.
Yep.
Who's going to be? Will there be a challenge, and who's it going to be?
I think Cal will challenge. He'll challenge as a catcher.
As
I
a
think he'll
catcher?
challenge. Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be Naylor, and it's gonna be in the box, obviously. I think the first challenge can be from Naylor in the box. And it's gonna be on a strike call, and he's gonna think it's a ball. That's my prediction.
Understandable. See.
Yeah, I think the most obvious is Cal, as a hitter.
Cal.
As a hitter?
Okay.
As a hitter.
Okay.
And here's
with the
why.
ABS
I'm gonna tell you why. I think that if he does it as a catcher, he spends so much time behind that plate. I think that it's showing the ump up as a catcher. As a hitter, I think that it might come off. I think he wouldn't want to make the ump mad as a catcher. I think he'd be more prone on offense to challenge it. That's what I think.
It's understandable.
That's a good way to look at it. I've never thought about it that way.
Yeah. Well, I just hope the umping's good tonight. So there might be one or two challenges. I just hope it's not horrible where there's just challenges getting thrown left and right. So
with the ABS brought up, I want to hear a little bit of your thoughts, and then we'll move to the Mariners awards. But do you agree with the ABS? Like, do you like it? Do you think it's good for baseball? Or are you more with the older? You think so?
100%, and I'll tell you why. If a pitcher does his job and executes and throws a strike, he's done his job. That's what he's there to do. He executed. To have an egregious, horrible ump like Angel Hernandez, that is like he's trumping you doing your job. Like, you being able to function in your career is at the behest of somebody else's cross-eyed strike zone. And I don't like I don't like that. And as a hitter too, right? I think that, I mean, it goes both ways. You get most of the time you get hitters that get a gift and pitchers that give a gift, but I think it comes down to execution, and you expect each person to go out there and execute according to the rules. And when the ump is breaking the rules, it drives me nuts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have no disagreement.
I have so many times that I have thrown a pitch, and I'm like, dude, I just painted that, and I would throw the same exact pitch, and you would call this strike. I'm like, where was that last pitch? Like, I know the feeling, and I wish ABS would like be in high school and stuff, but too expensive.
I'm all for it, 100%. I mean, you still need blue back there for doing other things, but if you can just eliminate blue calling strikes all the way, I wouldn't even want them.
Yeah. Yeah.
At this point, I'm like, what's the point?
I totally agree. Last thing before we jump to the awards, me and Sam talked about this last podcast, but I want to hear yours. What do you think the series is going to be? Split, 3-1, a sweep?
Well, you know what? I did not look at the pitching matchups, to be honest. The Guardians were a quality team, taking 3 out of 4 in any series is hard. So I'm gonna take the easy road. I'm gonna say a split.
Okay, so you and Sam are on the same board, or me and
I was about to say I had a 3-1.
yeah, he had 3-1. I had split.
I have confidence.
Okay.
Confidence in my Mariners.
Yeah, well, it's the beginning of the season. You got to work stuff out.
Yeah.
So
Understandable.
this next one, I'm gonna explain it. It's a Mariners awards. We're gonna have a Cy Young, MVP, Rookie of the Year, and Dark Horse of the Season. If we could give these awards out to a Mariner, who would they be? We're gonna start with our guest. Obviously, guests go first. Tell us who they are. Give us a little brief explanation why, and then we'll move to the next person.
Cy Young is Woo because he is just getting started. He is just getting started. MVP is going to be Julio. It's his year. Rookie of the Year. If Rivas doesn't perform and JP, I think he's on the downhill slide. I do. I hope he can get back, but there's really only one call up that we'd be looking for. Now, I mean, potentially a pitcher. We hope not. So my easy answer is going to be Colt Emerson because I don't think Cole Young is still eligible with his service time. If he for some reason is eligible, I'd go Cole, but I think Colt Emerson is going to be the pick. And then my dark horse is Luke Raley.
Okay.
Ooh, I like the dark horse pick.
Sam?
Yeah, my Cy Young is the exact same. It's Brian Wu. I feel like even with the great season that he did have, I feel like that injury and him not being able to perform or not being able to play in the playoffs as much as he wanted to just is going to light a fire under him to come out this season and do exactly what he did and probably even better. My MVP, I'm going to go Cal. I could make the argument for Julio, but I'm going to say Cal. I feel like just the defense that he brings, and I do like what Jeff said about protecting him on both sides and seeing his batting average go up and on base and stuff like that. I like that. I think he's going to just do Cal things, and I think that he's going to be the MVP. Rookie of the Year, I mean, there's really only one, and it's Colt Emerson. I mean, there's nobody else really getting called up, not that I know of at least. And my dark horse is Cole Young.
So ooh, bold pick.
It's a good
bold pick.
So I went a different route with Cy Young. I went to George Kirby.
Ooh.
Reason being, he's coming off injury. He's going to have to get paid soon. He's going to have to prove himself. So I think with the injury bug last year with him and coming up on a contract year in the next couple of years, I think he's wanting to spurt some eyes towards him like, hey, this is who I am. So I have Kirby at Cy Young. MVP, I have Julio. I think Julio's going to have a breakout season. I think he's going to finally freaking do it. He's 25. He's in his prime. There's too many stats to back 25-year-olds and having the best season of their career at age 25. I can go down the list of everybody. Rookie of the Year, I went a different route than y'all. I went Cade Anderson. I think he's going to be up in July. I think we're gonna deal Luis Castillo, honestly, when Cade is ready, and get it back towards trade deadline or before. So I went with Cade Anderson. And I don't have to explain my dark horse. It's Mitch Garver. I've explained it. I don't want to go through that again. But I have faith. I have faith in Mitch Garver.
I don't think he's going to get enough at-bats, man. I just don't see it.
We have to have a right-handed DH, and I think he's going to prove himself this year. He's got to get paid too.
Look, he got some thump in his bat. Maybe he's got one last gas in him. I don't know. I hope so. I would love that. I would love nothing more for him to pop and have a great year because I think that Luke Raley and who was your horse again?
Cole Young.
Cole Young. I think Cole will have a decent year. I think Raley, whether he pops as a dark horse or not, I think bang for your buck. If Mitch Garver were to be the dark horse, I think carrying that with the leadership, the experience, that veteran presence into a World Series run would carry more weight than Luke Raley. So I hope he does.
Me too. Me too. I like him. I love his swing.
I do too.
He's so short.
Absolutely.
I just like Mitch Garver. He's awesome.
I was glad we brought him back.
Yeah.
We picked up a bunch of catchers after he didn't come back, and then we ended up getting him, and I was very excited about that.
On a minor league deal for the experience he has with the rotation.
He must have shown him something because I didn't watch.
Yeah, I don't know, but maybe he'll be the dark horse. I'm hoping. That's who I think. But Sam
Do you think Cal had anything to do with who they chose as their backup?
Yeah, 1,000%.
You think so?
I think they had tryouts for backup catcher, and Cal got to choose. I think that's honestly what it was.
You might be right.
I think that's a good way to think. I think Cal has a lot more play in who we sign and who we get more than we think.
Well, remember when he popped off after the playoff? Remember, like he was like, "What are you doing, front office?" Remember, he called him out. Like,
just go sign some people.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Here you go. So maybe he did.
Yeah, I think he did. And I like Mitch Garver and Cal. I think they're also really good buddies, too. I bet you they room together. So I think he wanted his buddy back. And he has the experience with the team. So, he's an experienced backup catcher for the last 2 years of the Mariners. He knows the rotation. He knows how they throw.
Yeah, that's true. That's a really good point, too.
Yeah.
All in all, I think it's a good signing. I'm glad that I'm glad that he's got a spot. It sounds like he fought for it and he earned it. He wasn't just given it. So they obviously see something, and hopefully they're not wrong.
Yeah. I do too.
Yep.
Well, now now the tables have turned, and we're gonna jump to Stump Jeff / Tanner. Sam's got a couple Mariners trivia questions for us to try to answer.
Bring it.
Yeah. Say for Christmas this year, I was a new Mariners fan, so my parents bought me some Mariners stuff, and they bought me a Seattle Mariners trivia book.
Oh.
I know nothing about anything in the past. I know what happened last year. That's it. I've looked up some stuff, but I just decided to go with Chapter 1, Origins and History, and I'll start it off with, which of the following team names did the Mariners franchise once go by? The Mavericks, Expos, Sun Devils, or have they always been the Mariners?
It's a trick question. Seattle's original baseball team in 1969 was the Pilots. They were there for 1 year. They are now the Milwaukee Brewers, but the Mariners always were just the Mariners once they became the Mariners in 1977.
It was a trick question. I was looking for it.
I was going to go say that I knew that as well at the Pilot. It was a Pilots, and then they moved to Milwaukee.
Milwaukee Brewers. 1 season, baby. It's all they lasted.
It's a trick question. Those Pilots jerseys are awesome, by the way. They're in the MLB The Show, by the way, Sam.
Oh, I'm going to have to go look at them. All right. Second question. Who is the winningest manager in Seattle Mariners history?
Lou Piniella, 1993 to 2002.
Oh, gosh.
There's not a whole lot of stumping in Stump Jeff. But that is correct. It is Lou Piniella. Question number 3. What is the name of the Seattle Mariners AAA team, and where are they located?
They were originally the Tacoma Tigers. No. Originally, the Tacoma Tigers were the AAA of the A's, and now they are the Tacoma Rainiers. But they weren't always in Tacoma. I grew up watching the Tacoma Tigers, who were the AAA team of the A's.
That is correct. It's more like just asking Jeff trivia questions for nostalgia, apparently.
Bring it.
Um,
Go ahead. Rapid fire. Rapid fire.
all right. I got two left. I just went with the first chapter. Most of them are pretty easy, but who was the first manager of the Seattle Mariners franchise?
Dale Johnson.
I didn't know that.
Oh my lord. Yes, it is correct. It is Daryl Johnson. All right. Which stadium was the first home of the Seattle Mariners franchise?
The Kingdom. It had an echo problem. Somebody could crack the bat, and the pitcher would hear it 4 seconds later. The runner would be like almost a second, and they'd hear the echo of the crack. And they had AstroTurf, and it was really, really hard. And I stormed the field.
Oh, all right. Well, let me see if
You
I can
done?
find. Let me see if I can find one more. Oh, this is a good one. Who's the only Seattle Mariners player to ever have worn the jersey number 0?
Oh. Haha.
Did we do it? There are multiple choice. Tanner, should I give it to him?
Yeah.
All right. A is Jeffrey Leonard. B is Jared Dyson. C is Eric Burns, something. D is Malix Smith.
I don't think it's Burns. I don't think it's Malik Smith. I'm gonna go with A.
You are
I have no
wrong.
idea.
It is Malix Smith.
I have no idea.
Once again, Pops, we appreciate you coming on. Hope to
Yes,
see
sir.
you. Hope to see you in the future during season. We'll have you on a couple more times, hopefully. But you have the honors of being our first guest.